Hi, I'm in the Penn Station concourse with the weird ceiling. Yay! It's 2:11 p.m. This train leaves in 4 minutes at 2:15. It's a Port Washington Branch train. We're going out to explore New York's weird hidden urban Branchline that's kind of an interurban. Alrighty, history time. The Port Washington Branch's history starts in 1854 when the Flushing Railroad built a line from Long Island City to Flushing. In 1863, the Flushing Railroad, now known as the New York and Flushing Railroad, started an extension to Great Neck, which opened in October of 1866, with plans for further extensions to Roslyn and Huntington. However, the New York and Flushing Railroad wasn't the best of railroads and had many complaints about unreliable service, which eventually caused them to fold in 1869, which is a hilariously short time frame for the railroad-obsessed 19th century. However, the Port Washington Branch didn't die out. Rather, it was bought by the Flushing and North Side Railroad, which eventually came under the auspices of the Long Island Railroad by 1882. That same year, proposals were made again to extend the line to Roslyn. However, these proposals failed. But an extension was eventually built to Port Washington. Why? Well, because the residents of Port Washington were insanely rich, and this was an era when rich people loved trains instead of hating them. However, the line needed to cross the Manhasset Valley, and to do this, a massive engineering project took place to build the Manhasset Viaduct, the highest viaduct on the LIRR, which cost $60,000 or $2.2 million in today's money. This impressive viaduct is 81 feet tall and 679 feet long, and despite opening in 1898, it's still active today. Throughout the early 1900s, many improvements were made to the line. New stations were built in 1901 and 1909, the line was electrified in 1913, and grade crossings were eliminated in the 1920s. In 1939, a new station was built for the World's Fair, which was kept, reused for the 1964 World's Fair, and then for Shea Stadium, now Citi Field. So with that, I'll see you on board the train. Alrighty, so we're now on the Port Washington Branch proper. We have diverged from the main line at Winfield Junction. This is Corona, where we are running through now. And you may be thinking, well, this seems pretty urban, and yeah, it is. And there did used to be a station here. It did sadly close, and there are not many remnants. That's why I'm not walking in the rain to show to you, but don't worry, you'll get to see me suffer in the rain to see cool train stuff. I know, you're so excited. But yeah, this is Corona, and then soon we will hit Metz Point, which this train is stopping at for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think the Mets are playing a game, because if they were, this train would be packed like heck, and it is not. But yeah, we're now slow down into Metz Point. So I'll see you further up the line to show you more cool stuff, and then I'm going to get off in Bayside. Alrighty, welcome to Bayside. Hello, I am here. The fact that this is still New York City always kind of shocks me when I come here, but there are a bunch of cool things to see. And we only have about 30 minutes, because frequent trains, and there's a plane flying above, but the clouds are really low because of rain. So, I actually reviewed this station for my blog, which isn't really alive anymore, but I'll link that down below if you want to read that review. I'm not going to review it in full here, but just basically shelters, very long platforms. The bridge also acts as the shelter. That is a station building from 1923. I think it's the second station building that was built here, but it is original to 1923, which is still pretty old. But the main reason I got off here is not because of history or because the station building. It's because Bayside is New York's largest Koreatown. And therefore, there are a lot of really cool places to go here, including a place that I tried to go to when I was filming a video in Media, Pennsylvania, which I'll link, I guess, up there. It's boba tea shop. Tauka it's called, but it was closed when I went there. However, this one's open, so now I'm gonna go there, get some boba, and then we'll explore this area a bit before we keep heading out along the branch. So see you getting boba. This is why I go on transit adventures. Hi, dubbing this over because this video is getting a bit long. This is the Alderley Pond Marsh. It's very cool, very beautiful. It used to be an industrial dumping ground. It is notably now not. For the literature nerds out there, this is also what we think is the Valley of Ashes in The Great Gatsby. So, very cool. We then passed Little Neck, which has one of the few remaining grade crossings in New York, and now I'll see you walking along a STROAD to get to the Manhasset Viaduct, which you heard about in the history section, and which I can confirm is very cool. Alrighty, so we are approaching the Manhasset Viaduct. We just went onto the single track section of the line, and we are approaching it now. So this bridge was opened in June of 1898, and it's the highest bridge on the entire LIRR. And here it is. So it passes over this field, a few roads, and this inlet of the Manhasset Bay, which carves the Manhasset Valley. So without any further ado, I'm going to get off the train here in Manhasset and then walk over there in the rain along a STROAD, because the street that actually goes under the bridge doesn't have sidewalks and looks unsafe. So yeah, walking on the STROAD. Alright, see you somewhere on that walk. This is such a beautiful walk, isn't it? I love STROADs. They're amazing. I have to say, this is the first time I think I've ever railfanned from a parking lot of a gym. But it's the only, like, publicly accessible area that gets this great view. So alas, yes, and we should be able to see the inbound train in just a second. There's some trees blocking it, but over there is the little inlet off the Manhasset Bay. And I think I'm gonna film from over here. So yeah, this bridge is the highest on the LIRR. It's 81 feet tall and 691 feet long, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's very cool. So yeah, I'll see you when the train comes, which should be like in 10 seconds. But you won't have to wait at all because editing. Alright, so that was filming trains at the Manhasset Viaduct, and now I'm going to walk back to Manhasset Station, and we'll see one more thing before heading home. So I'll see you back at the station. Alrighty, I do realize this is the second voiceover of this video, plus the history one, but I filmed a ton of stuff. So if I put it all in, it would be like 20 minutes long, so I'm just condensing a bit. This is Manhasset Station, very cool, and its station waiting room is open on weekends, which is nice to see. In addition to that, it is in the Dutch colonial revival architectural style, which is the same as Bayside and the same as many other LIRR stations. For the inside, it's pretty basic, but still cool. And with that, I'll see you at Plandome, the next station up the line, which is really rural, has an original station building, and is the least used station on the entire Port Washington branch. Alrighty, welcome to Plandome. Here's a station review. Alright, so this is the original to 1909 station building. Very cool. I'll go down down these steps to get you a better view. So the station opened. Ooh, cool text. The station opened in 18. Alrighty, I'm actually wrong here. The station opened in 1909 with this building, and this building is, as far as I could find, the only original to when the station opened station building left on the Port Washington branch. This is a post office in the bottom of the station, which is closed because it's Sunday, but that's cool. It's impressive that it's an active post office. The station building, like, waiting room is open, and there's a little mailbox. It is open, so I'll go up there and show you that. It's open on weekends, which is cool. Although at the moment, it does have some construction equipment in it. There's not a ticket office, but there's, of course, ticket machines. There's a waste basket restroom. Pretty basic station building without a ticket office. Although, of course, in past it did. As for the rest of the platform, largely unsheltered except for two little small dinky shelters there. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a sixth one in there. So 6 waste baskets for this station is kind of impressive when this is the least used station on the entire Port Washington branch. Plandome got 109,497 riders in 2021, which equates to almost exactly 300 per day. So that's a little review of Plandome. I think I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. As a station, it probably gets to 5, but the coolness of the old station building knocks that up to 6.5. Definitely worse than Manhasset or Bayside. But yeah, now I'm going to buy my ticket home, and I'll see you on the train, which is in 8 minutes. And this clip is probably obnoxiously long, so sorry. Alrighty, here comes my train. Heading back. This is a Grand Central train. So I guess I'll end the video with a shot of Grand Central Madison. I know you're bamboozled.